Hello, online students. I thought I'd just give you a short video to go over Desire to Learn, or D2L, our online course platform. So here I am on the main page, the course home, and this is the video that I just created, the introduction. You'll see right here are my contact information. I'm going to update it with office hours. I'll usually use this section to post news or important updates for the class. You'll notice on the right hand side is the calendar right here, and you have the due dates for assignments that go to the Dropbox, as well as the due dates for things on the weekly schedule. Keep in mind that this isn't a go at your own pace. We have depending on when you're taking this, a 10 or 15 week schedule, and I'll assign work for a week, and work is due each and every week. So do check in with the class weekly. Okay, back to the top, you'll see you have this top navigation bar. We're right here at Course Home. Most everything for the class is in the content section, with a couple exceptions. So if you click on content, you'll notice over here on the left-hand side, this is a little breakdown of the different sections within this content module. And when you start, you want to start right here, Course Introduction and Policies. This is where I want you to read the syllabus, a note on attendance, how we'll be using the discussion forums, how you can submit work. I've gone and created some videos for you. It's very important that you read this. These are all the policies for the class, and I apologize, there are quite many of them. But I will give you a quick quiz, 10 to 15 questions, multiple choice, that you'll take in D2L at the end of the week. And I think if you read these things, you should get 100 on it. And it's 5% of your final grade, so that's a good way to start off with some points. Next thing you'll notice is the weekly schedule. This is kind of the the meat and potatoes of the course. Each week I will create a post. I've got drafts of most of the semester, but you might see just 4 weeks at a time. If you click on the week, I've got the dates up at the top, and work will be due before midnight on the Saturday, unless otherwise noted. You'll have a bullet point breakdown of the different things that we'll be doing that week. Like this week, you're going to watch the introductory videos. You're going to take the short policies syllabus quiz. And if you just click on this link, it'll take you to the quiz. The quiz hasn't started yet, so you'll have a number of quizzes this semester. And if it's due in that week, the quiz will be available from 8/25 through August 30th. So I'll also note the reading that I'd like you to do for the week. If I'd like you to go and post a post on the discussion forums, I'll include that as well. And here's your assignment. So these are essentially just links to other places in the D2L platform. So I was trying to make it easy and just link directly to other content. But if you come back, you'll notice below the weekly schedule is this assignment prompts. And so these are the big projects that you have, and that one that I just clicked on was the introductory memo. So it really just redirected you from the schedule to this module for assignments. Down at the bottom you have resources. These will be video tutorials that I make, handouts, helpful links. I've got a couple things here, and I'll definitely be updating it throughout the semester. A couple other things to note. Next to content, if you click on assignments, it's a little misleading because your assignments are really under the content section, but you have the discussions. And a handful of times throughout this semester, I'll ask you to post something on the discussion board that responds to something that we're reading in our textbook, and you will just click on the week that we're currently in, and you'll be able to, if you click on my post, you can reply to it, or you can create a new thread. But The discussion posts are pretty cool. You have a lot of options when you go to create one. It looks kind of like the toolbar in Microsoft Word or any kind of fully featured text editor, but you can insert videos like from YouTube. You can put in pictures. You can create links. So I think this is like the most interactive part when we really get to talk to each other, and I like the discussion forums for that. Dropbox is how you will submit a lot of your assignments. So the introductory memo, I'll usually put a link right to it, but you could come to under assignments, click on Dropbox, and these are just folders. So you would click on a folder and you would, add a file, and you'd find your assignment, maybe your introductory memo, and you would upload it. And this is the box where if you wanted to add a note, I'll be able to see that, and click submit. I can't necessarily go through the steps now, but I think there is an option where you can check a box so you get an email confirmation that it was sent. So that's good to know. You have a couple quizzes. I just made the first one. And they're under this assignments, but I'll link to them in the schedule as well. If you ever can't find something, you see something's due on the weekly schedule and you don't know where to find it, just call me. Or WaveNet Central is another place to check out. We're not going to be using surveys or competencies. And lastly, under tools, I'll take attendance weekly, and I'll use the grade book here. So you can always see how many absences you have, or you can check your grades and see what your grades look like. Kind of, breaks it down like this, but obviously there's nothing in here yet. So it takes us all the way back to the course homepage. One last thing to mention, this is always an issue in online class, is the email system. So you're probably familiar with your WaveNet email, which is Gmail. D2L gives you a completely different email account. It's kind of your the first part of your WaveNet email, but it's the address is at httc.desiretololearn.com. Anytime you send an email through this email interface, you can only send it to other D2L addresses. So I don't know, if you've taken classes here before, you probably know that sometimes emails get bounced back to you. Just keep in mind, I think the easiest metaphor is that D2L email works like a walkie-talkie. It only speaks to other D2L emails. So never type in, a WaveNet account here. I'll respond to both. D2L email, if you like to use this email and you check it frequently because you're coming into the class, email me from it and I'll email you back. If you prefer to use WaveNet, you can email my WaveNet account. You just can't email my D2L account from your WaveNet account, or vice versa. And I apologize if that confuses people, but it'll happen at some point. So I think that's a good overview of how to use D2L and some of the main features. Obviously, spend some time, practice, and if you run into any troubles, call me early. Alrighty.